Hi everyone, so I'm Jean-Michel FEDER, I'm the strategy director of Thales in Korea. So today I'm going to focus on how we involve startups and innovation in critical environment. So first of all, let me show you a little bit about Thales. So Thales is a French company, serving markets around the world in critical environments. So you have examples around, defense activities, for instance, in our environment, mobility as well. It's part of what we do. Identity, you will see some examples, security. But most importantly, we are there in very, deep tech environment when our customers requires to make critical decisions, when they have to trust the technology that they are using on a daily basis. Under the sea as well, navigation solution, drones, and so on. So an extremely diverse portfolio of solutions that is spreading across three major domains. So that's who we are. So Thales, building a future we can all trust. So as you see, trust will have a very important part in what we will discuss today. Because as I said, if this is working, okay. Can you move to the next slide, please? Thank you. So we are serving three core domains within Thales. One is our space and space. Since we are in Korea, I'll mention that a little bit more. So Thales is a satellite manufacturer. So in Korea, for instance, we work with various customers such as KTSat. For instance, we've built the last 5 of their satellites. So recently, KoreaSat 6A has been launched to serve customers across the Asian region. But also in terms of aerospace, we are major providers of solutions for aircrafts and for airports all across the world to make sure that you travel safely to your destination. When it comes to defense and security, that's an area where we support major countries worldwide, providing solutions to better sense what's happening on the battlefield, building situational awareness so that countries that are involved in protecting their own nation are able to make the right decision. And finally, cybersecurity and digital identity. Because when you look at the one on top, you feel maybe it's a bit remote from what you do is very much B2B or B2G activities. But I want also to use the opportunity to be at Next Rise today and in Korea to explain that Thales actually is in your everyday life. We are supporting everybody, me and you as well. When it comes to cybersecurity, data protection, we are one of the world leading company when it comes to data protection. So anytime your data is stored somewhere, being on a website, being on some application, there's some of our technology involved behind the scene. When you make payments, we are a leading company when it comes to payment and banking solutions. If you have, I'm sure you have, credit cards in your wallet, there's a high chance that you have an element of that card that is made by our company. And also, when you move to identity, and I brought here because I'm in Korea, so some of you have got this, right? You know what this is? Yeah? You know what this is, right? It's a passport, right? That's the Korean passport. So our security is embedded into that, and we work, of course, with Korean partners in order to do it. So the point here is to say that, whenever you need to trust technology, we are the company that is involved there. And what we are also trying to achieve nowadays with startups is to be able to bring startups in this environment that are highly regulated, that are highly controlled. So that's the aim of our Trust My Tech program. So Trust My Tech is the program we've launched earlier this year. So that's an innovation program. Actually, we've merged, we've been doing innovation activities around AI, around cybersecurity for a number of years, but we thought that we need to put business before technology first, put trust before technology, and that's what Trust My Tech is all about. And leveraging also the fact that, Thales is a worldwide company. You've seen some of the figures. in the past, so 80,000 people, 70 countries where we have local presence, like we do have in Korea, for instance, but in most countries of the region. And we have put in place a local regional hub for the Trust My Tech program so that we can work with startups all across the world. So when it comes to the US, to North America, then we have the hub in Montreal that we've been running for a number of years. When it comes to Europe, obviously we are headquartered in Paris, so there's quite a big presence there. But this is covering Europe and the Middle East. And when it comes to Korea, to Asian startups, this has been launched in Singapore. And actually, I don't know if I know, he's in the back, so Yeshang, if you can just raise your hand. So Yeshang is running the Singapore hub, so we are here for a couple of days. If you want also to talk about what we do specifically in the Asian region. So I'll just show you a quick overview of what the Trust My Tech program is about. Click a second time.
Our clients demand excellence across defense, security, cybersecurity, digital identity, aerospace, and space. Thales deliver. At the cutting edge of technology and innovation. Our belief, innovation drives progress. Partnering with the best keeps us ahead. Our mission, find the right partners. To seize market opportunities, to exceed customer expectations, to lead the path of trust. We've been accelerating startups for years, producing success stories. The results, more than 72 startups accelerated, more than 100 collaborative projects, more than 200 million euros raised. Now, we're elevating our trusted ecosystem to the next level, greater global reach. 3 strategic hubs, Montreal, Paris, Singapore, to maximize your reach at a global scale. Closer connections, engaging deeper with local customers and partners, and unlocking business opportunities in regulated markets. Pioneering trust tech, powered by AI, cyber, quantum technologies, and more. Welcome to Trust My Tech. A high-impact journey starts here. 12 weeks to gain a deeper understanding of our challenges and markets, explore mutual value creation opportunities, leverage on Thales cloud platforms, access technical and business support, expand your international presence, increase your visibility. If you are a startup, SME, software editor, scale up, future world champion, join our innovation challenges. Together, we'll build a future we can all trust.
Okay, so Trust My Tech has been launched this year. That, as we said, it's a global program. So you've seen that briefly, but I will not go through all of those details. But what is important is that it's in 2 steps. The first and foremost steps is about business before tech, as I said before. So it's a 3-month sprint. We work with startups, but we focus not so much on their technology. We try to figure out the application in our critical environment. We are giving them access to the whole of Thales Group, to our experts, across all domains, so that they can challenge their ideas. We can find, mutual benefit, mutual solutions. And the idea there is that at the end of that period, then we build the confidence to carry on, because we have a win-win solution that we've identified. And there's a selection, again, that takes place in order to move to that second stage, where we actually start to dig deeper into the technology, to test the robustness, to do a proof of concepts, before then moving to the go-to-market execution. That program, the global program itself, started at the beginning of this year. It has 2 yearly intakes. So I'll give you just a glimpse. So that's the first cohort of that program. In that case, we had business problem statements that were more focused on AI and cybersecurity. So that's a global cohort that we've got. And I wanted to give you an example. I think it's quite interesting. It's Advanced Atom. Because we say, critical markets are very regulated, are very specific. So for startups, even sometimes for scale-ups, it's a bit hard to get in because you need specific market knowledge because of the regulation. So that's what we are able to do. And Advanced Atom, we are currently exploring the opportunity to work with them with our defense business. So this is to take care of a major threat nowadays on the battlefield. So in Ukraine in particular, most of the casualties are because of drones strikes. So, you know, before you had very large drone platforms that were high altitude, very, very hard to operate, and very limited in terms of nations that were capable of having those. When it comes to Ukraine, what we have seen is that they're very low-cost drones, you know, that you can buy anywhere, that people are combining with explosive, and they are attacking soldiers on the ground with those type of weapons. So what Advanced Atom is doing is that they are leveraging computer vision elements in order to detect quickly those type of threats and to queue effectors in order to take care of them very quickly and very efficiently. So as I said, you know, we are in domains that are, you know, protecting, of course, things related to your privacy, to your safety, but we are also saving lives. And that's, you know, for us, it was important to find a way also to get the right technology and to be able to deploy that quickly for people on the ground. Trust My Tech also, what we have done with this program is it's kind of a framework that we have put in place in order to be able to launch more dedicated franchise. And now Korea being always a very dynamic market and very fast to join those type of opportunities, have launched, is the first country to have launched a franchise. So almost at the same time as the global program, we have launched the Trust My Tech Korea chapter, and it's with the support of the Korean government. So we are working with the Ministry of SMEs and startups. The main difference with the global program is that the startups that are being selected in Korea, they receive governmental support from MSS in order to join us. So we have selected already 10 companies that we are, and I will give you a glimpse of what they are doing. 10 companies, and it's the same thing. So we are in the business before tech phase right now. So we are, you know, unlocking opportunities for them with our various businesses. At the end of the summer, we will select 2 or 3 of those companies to move into POC phase. And also here, you see that picture. It's written, you know, K Startup France Meetup Day. It's because around X, so that governmental program, there's 12 global companies that are participating. This year, out of the 12, 4 are French companies. You have L'Oréal in beauty tech, you have Air Liquide in deep tech, you have Dassault in biotech, and you have Thales in trust tech. And it's important to note that there's a growing momentum between France, Europe, and Korea. You know, I was at Vivatech a couple of weeks back. There was a massive Korean pavilion there, so a lot of interesting companies. But it was also great to see that Vivatech has signed an agreement with NextRise. So we expect that in coming years, there will be more and more exchanges between those 2 very important events. And so just to finish, you know, about our current program in Korea, so that's, you know, the cohort we've selected this year. I want to emphasize already one thing. We were very happy about the fact that it's a very diverse, you know, group of startups that we've been able to select. We have some startups that are in the space domain. You know, that's the case for Astrolinks and for Stellar Vision. And actually, some of them are at NextRise today. So I encourage you to reach out to them to learn more about what they are doing. Some are in cybersecurity. Enki White Hat is around training, is around cybersecurity services. Float Factory is around platform and solution to provide you know, tools when you're coding to identify potential vulnerability in what you're developing. DeepBlock is an AI company that is helping you know, automate image analysis that we could use for satellite imagery or for airborne imagery. And finally, we have also Sim2Real linked to synthetic environment. Thales is a large provider of training solutions for flight simulators, for instance, for soldiers. That's typically what we are currently looking at, Sim2Real. And just to be complete, IPN Labs RTM, Industry 4.0. I also emphasize the fact that Thales does produce a lot of things. You know, we were talking about connectivity, about passport. We produce SIM cards. In particular, we produce banking cards, where we also need, you know, new technology to improve the way we are manufacturing. And the final one is KN and us, related to protecting your communication. So that's for security application. I forgot CrossHub as well. That is related to digital payment. So as you see, very diverse activities. So I really encourage you to look a little bit more in what Thales does. You will be surprised that we are involved in many different domains. And across the board here, there are startups that can work with us, even if they are not related to space, even not related to defense. We are pretty much, in every, I would say, important industrial domain. So I'll stop here to have a few minutes for Q&A. Yeah, thank you very much. 감사합니다.
Thank you for your insightful presentation. We will now move on to the Q&A session. So questions in Korean will be displayed on the stage screen for interpretation. So please review the questions and provide your response. 네, 계속해서 질문을 좀 받아보도록 할 텐데요. 저희 한국어로도 질문이 가능합니다. 위쪽에 저희가 통역기 띄워드릴 테니까요. 한국어 질문도 가능하니까 참고해 주시고요. 손 들어주시면 저희가 마이크 전달해 드리도록 하겠습니다. 지금부터 질문 받아보도록 하겠습니다. If you have any questions, please raise your hand, and we will hand on the microphone to you.
The first one is always the difficult one, so.
네, 혹시 질문 있으시면은 저희 네.
네, 안녕하세요. 항공 우주 기업 대기업 특성상 방위 사업이 중점인 스타트업도 많을 것이라 생각하는데 아까 말씀하신 프로그램 중에 국내 방위 산업에 종사하는 스타트업이 있는지 그리고 그 스타트업을 탈레스에서 어떻게 도우실 계획이 있으신지 궁금합니다.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's a good question. So, as I explained, our domain of activities are related to critical environment. So it's for startups. Sometimes it's quite difficult to penetrate this environment because of their size, because of the lack of credentials sometimes. So this is where we help, providing first some level of training, pairing them with people that are more on the business side of things, explaining some of the prerequisites sometimes that you need to have in order to enter some of those domains, but also by cooperating with them. So, in some case, we can embed some of the technology. So we are the one that are, generating the go-to-market element. So we are the one that are, handling the main contract. But then we can embed various technologies that are coming from startups. So that's the way really Trust My Tech program is devised, is to be able to be helpful for that market entry.
네, 그럼 이상으로 저희 준비된 세션 모두 마치도록 하겠습니다. 지금까지 함께해 주신 탈레스 장미셸 페데르님께 여러분 큰 박수 부탁드리겠습니다.